Hey everyone. Okay, this video is all about importing audio into an existing session via the File menu. This tends to happen when we need some external audio that's usually pre-recorded that you're going to use in your session, like special effects or a drum sample maybe. From an open session, I'm going to go to the File menu, then hover over Import, and from that submenu, I'm going to choose Audio. That will bring up the Import Audio dialog box. There's a lot here, so let's have a quick look over what we're seeing. The top will look slightly different depending on whether you're using a Mac or Windows computer, but it should look like whatever your computer's standard file navigation looks like. In the file browser, you can move around through various folders or subfolders to select files to import. It's worth noting here that you can see non-audio files too, but only actual audio files will be able to be selected. And just so you know, you can select one or multiple files here for import. Once a file is selected, you will see some of its file properties like type, length, file size, sample rate, bit depth, and number of channels, stuff like mono or stereo. The comments section tends to have information regarding various import options. Then we come to the clips in current file section. Every audio file you select will have at least one clip visible in this field, which represents the entire clip and which is called a whole file clip. Sometimes audio that you import might also have more clip information that represents smaller portions of the overall file. Those are called subset clips. You can tell whether you're looking at a whole file or subset clip by looking at the icon. One looks like a page sort of with audio waveforms on it, and the other looks like a selection on a waveform. Under this section, you'll see some information like start time and end time of the current clip that's selected. Next to that, you have the audition controls. These let you preview the audio with a playback button, a stop button, slider for choosing where in the audio file to listen, and a volume slider. Next, we have a series of buttons. Add clip and maybe convert clip or copy buttons allow you to choose the way in which Pro Tools deals with the files. This part's important, so we're going to come back to this in a sec. Clicking on any of these buttons will populate the clips in the Clips to Import section. The Clips to Import section lists the audio that you're actually going to import into your session when you click the Open button. You can adjust this list by clicking Remove or Remove All. When a sample rate conversion is required, this section will activate, giving you options for determining the source sample rate, the destination sample rate, and the conversion quality. So let's say we want to import this guitar audio. Notice I can select multiple tracks if I want to, and any selected audio will be added to the Clips in Current File section. You can then preview whatever clips are there. All right, now's the important bit. You have a choice to make about adding, copying, and possibly converting. You must choose wisely. Adding will bring the audio into the session, and the session will then refer to the audio file's original location on your hard drive. That means if you share this session folder, it's not going to be there. Also, if that file gets moved on your hard drive, your session won't be able to find the file anymore, since the reference to that file points to a place on your hard drive where that file doesn't exist anymore. Because of this, it probably goes without saying that Add is the least trustworthy way to bring audio into your session. Add All, of course, does the same thing with all the files in the Clips in Current File area. Also important to note, if you add files that are not the same sample rate as your current session, they will import just fine, but they will play back at the wrong speed. So if you notice slow motion coming from one of your imported audio tracks or very fast, most likely you added the file without converting. Okay, copy. If you copy the selected clip, it will be copied to a new location of your choosing. The default being the audio files folder in your session folder, which is a great choice. Copy All does this with all the files. Copy is a great choice, especially if you need to collaborate with someone else on a session, because you'll know that everything is in that audio files folder where it belongs when you have to send it off to someone else. Some audio files are incompatible with a given session. They might have a different sample rate or be of a type that isn't directly supported by Pro Tools, like MP3s or something. In these cases, neither adding or copying will be enough. The file must be converted. When an incompatible clip is in the clip's in current file list, the copy and copy all buttons get replaced by convert and convert all buttons. And you can probably guess what converting does. It converts the file, then places that converted copy in the location that you set, which will hopefully again be the audio files folder. Okay, it's a lot, I know. Once you're ready to import, you can click Open, but if you're copying or converting, you won't quite be done yet. You will then need to choose where to put the file. The best place is probably the audio files folder in your session folder, which is also the default. And finally, you have some options to choose from. The Audio Import Options dialog lets you choose whether you want your new audio to be placed in a new track or in the clip list. If you choose the clip list, you're pretty much done. It'll just go to the clip list. But if you choose new track, the location menu will then give you some options about where to place the clip inside that new track. At the session start, song start, selection, or spot. Session start places the clip at the start of the session's timeline. Song start is wherever the first measure is, which will probably be the same as your session start. It is by default, but you may have had a reason to change that at some point. Selection will place the clip at the start of any current selection, and spot will open the spot dialog box to enable you to choose a specific location for the clip. We'll learn more about spot mode later. Finally, you can click OK, and your clips will now be in your Pro Tools session. Okay, I think we're done. See you in the next one.